Good morning, Meridian, and welcome to Business Buzz. I'm here today with Cassidy McMurray with Onward Physical Therapy, joining us here on Business Buzz. Welcome, Cassidy.
Thank you.
Thanks for
having
joining
me.
us.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us in your facility here.
I'm excited to have you.
Especially on this very snowy day.
Yeah.
Here
I think it's warmer in here
in
than
January. So, Cassidy, tell us a little bit about Onward Physical Therapy.
Yeah.
Where you're located and what is Onward Physical Therapy?
Yeah, so we're located in Meridian, so we're off Amity and Eagle Road. So Onward Physical Therapy, we're a very fitness-forward PT practice. So we serve anyone from CrossFitters, lifters, runners, cyclists, but anywhere also to people who, maybe, you're not super active, or maybe you're someone who, works at a desk all day and is struggling with back pain. We really serve that wide population. So, yeah.
I'm in that population.
Yeah.
So.
And either population is okay. But I feel like, too, when people see our clinic, they're like, oh, you only treat like people that lift a lot of weights. But I feel like I just want people to know, too, that we can treat anyone really across the spectrum. And if you're having pain, we can treat
Cassie,
it.
Why did you get into physical therapy? What's your background?
Yeah. So I feel like I have always been really interested in sports, did sports growing up, had injuries myself. So I had PT. I have family members that are PTs as well. And so that kind of sparked my interest. And then I've always been intrigued with like science and anatomy. And so when I was in college, I did exercise science as my degree. And then I just wanted to apply that some way to my job. And so I worked at a PT clinic for like 3 years while I was in college and loved it. And so I wanted a job that I could also be around people, because I feel like I'm pretty chatty with people myself. So I decided that PT was my route. And then I never changed once I decided that was where I wanted to be.
You said physical therapy, PT.
Yeah.
A lot of times. Can you explain maybe what goes into a typical physical therapy visit? What is it you do with somebody?
Yeah. So I would say on the first initial evoluation, when I see someone, we come in and we do a lot of chatting the first visit. So I can really kind of dig deep into, okay, what's really going on? We're big on if we don't find the source of where the issue is coming from, a lot of times we don't really fully resolve those symptoms. So it's a lot of chatting in the beginning, and then I always do some sort of treatment. So the treatments that we do dry needling, which is, we use acupuncture needles, but it's a little bit different. We go into the muscle tissue and we can hook it up to stimulation, which is a really effective treatment. We do, it could be spinal manipulation. So also in that sense, it's kind of what chiropractors do.
Okay.
We're trained to do that as well. So we want to try to be all encompassing. Like, people don't have to see multiple providers. They can come to get, if they want spinal manipulation, if they want soft tissue, but then you also get the rehab part.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing something like that, Graston cupping. And then I always have people usually come out here in the gym and we do some sort of exercise that's very customized to that person's injury or where they're having injury or pain. Okay. So, yeah.
I know that very well. About 5 years ago, I did physical therapy on a shoulder injury that I had. Yeah. So what makes Onward Physical Therapy different than other physical therapies in our community, in our area?
Yeah. I think what's really cool about our model is my patients have access to me like during work hours. Like, they can shoot me a text, they can email me, and I'm very responsive. And also, I feel like what's important about our clinic is we treat one person at a time. So we're not treating multiple people at one time. And that way we can make sure that we can get you better faster, and we can really dive deep into, okay, what's actually going on. And then you're also working with me. My husband also is a co-owner of the clinic too. You're working with one of us the entire time. So the full hour, usually treatment is a 60-minute treatment. And so you're with us the whole time is a big thing with us. Something that I feel like we also do that's kind of out of the norm is we do a lot of performance analysis. So if someone has pain with running, we're going to get them on the treadmill and we do a running analysis. If someone has pain with say a clean or something, we want to look at the movement and break it down, and we can give people performance types tips.
So is that a little bit of what you specialize in? And that was going to be my next question is, every physical therapist maybe has a different specialty. What's yours?
So I would say, I love working with the athlete type person population. So that's probably, we call it like fitness athlete is what I would specialize in. And that can kind of be a little bit of a broad range, but I love working with that population. That's what I specialize in. My husband specializes in head and neck, or TMD, so jaw pain. And then I also do pelvic floor rehab. So that would be anything for, this is also men and women.
Okay.
So for an example, if women leak pee with jumping or sneezing or coughing, laughing, that's a really common thing, but I tell people it's not normal because it's so curable. So that population is a big one that I specialize in, and also like pregnancy and postpartum, and guiding that kind of transition from that. So yeah.
You help people with sore backs after shoveling snow?
And sore backs. That's a big one that comes in around this time. So yeah, give people some tips on that. So yeah.
So Cassidy, what's the best way for our viewers to find out more about Onward Physical Therapy and to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I think the biggest one is call us. Our number is on the website if you just Google Onward Physical Therapy. Also, you can email us at info@onwardboise.com. If you go to our website, we have a contact us page too. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook at Onward Boise.
Okay. Well, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we really do appreciate you being a part of the Meridian Chamber and opening up here in our community. Don't wish anybody to have to come see you, but I'm glad you're here when they do.
It's bittersweet.
It is.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being part of business.
Thank you.
Today.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Meridian, we've got a few upcoming events that you as chamber members and guests can attend. We have our first Friday event that's coming up February 2nd. Be sure and join us for that morning networking event. We also have started our Coffee with Legislator events. Those are every other Friday. The next one coming up will be this next Friday, and that will be held at Country Inn and Suites. It's an early morning, 6:30 a.m. Come out and meet with your local legislators. But until then, Meridian, have a great and safe weekend.